All right, y'all. Welcome back and happy Saturday. Today we're going to be breaking down Tennessee's linebacker room heading into fall camp. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Number one, I love Tennessee's linebacker room. I think most people do. Coach Inge is doing a brilliant job of bringing up really good talent and also coaching guys up. Blue chip ratio is at 75%. Average size is 6'2", 225. Average class is at a sophomore. So 6'2", 225, that's decent size if you're playing with a ton of speed. I'd feel more comfortable if we were up over like 230, 235. Most of that's coming down from the, underclassmen, those freshmen. I think that they need to gain some weight. But either way, let's start talking about the players inside of this room. So number one, Arion Carter, Jeremiah T. they've been playing since they were freshmen. Understanding Coach Banks' system is going to be big because he likes to play chess. These guys will definitely understand that. They also have really good size, 6'1", 235, 6'2", 235. Now, Arion Carter is going to be more of like that will linebacker that you want playing out in space. You'll see him in some man-to-man coverage sometimes. I think he's great playing man-to-man. He actually covered up Jeremiah Smith, forced an interception in that playoff game, so he can do things like that. But he also can play some Mike, so he's got some versatility. Jeremiah T. he's more of like a true Mike. You don't want him playing man-to-man coverage. He can do it if he absolutely, if he has to, but he's more of like, hey, I'm going to be stopping the run, taking on blocks, and things like that. Next, we have Edwin Spillman, 6'1", 230. I think he has really, really good size. And actually, let me pull myself into this thing. So Edwin Spillman, really good size, 6'1", 230, played some for us last season. And, I think that he looked pretty good. Obviously he needs to take some steps forward. For me, it was more about, he wasn't terrible at not knowing what to do, but it's such a huge learning curve going from high school to college, especially in Coach Banks' system. These linebackers, there's a lot of stress on them. I think that Edwin Spillman, he's more of a Mike, but he could play some will too. Maybe a little bit better than Jeremiah T. I don't love him playing man-to-man coverage either, but I think he's a little bit like better out in space. So next, man, we have Jordan Burns, 6'1", 224. He's a smaller guy, but he plays with speed. He's a true like will linebacker. Don't really want him playing too much Mike, just because him stopping the run, having to face these big old offensive linemen, he might not be the best, really having to take him on face to face. Now, if he learns how to beat him with some speed, with some shoulder shrugs, AC, he was killing that towards the end of the year. If he learns some of that type of stuff, he's going to be just fine playing more Mike, but really playing at will. Man coverage is going to be great. I think him as a blitzer, he was really the best blitzer on Tennessee's team last year, not named Keenan Pili. Now, he only played in like one game because he was hurt, but just watching the way that he moves, he's a natural at it. So that should bring a really nice element. And obviously, there's a lot of versatility with those top four players. They're going to have to play a lot for us this year. Next, we have Ben Bolton. He's the only walk-on that we're going to be talking about today. 6'3", 233, great size. He's kind of like a Mike Will hybrid. But he is a walk-on. How did he look in spring? I thought that he looked pretty good. So he's going to have to play some for us. And then you got three true freshmen. Brendan Ains has the best size, 6'3", 6'2", 223 pounds. He's more of like a Mike. If you're going to be playing Mike, I think you need to be up over 230 pounds on this level, because like you got to take on face-to-face these big old 320-pound offensive linemen. I don't think that he's ready for that just yet. But now if he has the strength, then he can do it. I don't know. In spring practice, I said he's still got a little ways to go. Maybe more of a special teams player for us. Maybe early on, but more towards the end of the year, he might be ready to start playing. He will get some reps. I can guarantee that, and he's very good. Then you have both of those Jadens. They're two smaller players. They're Mike or Will. They could both play either one. If they could get up to about 220, I would personally feel comfortable with them playing and playing a lot, because with their speed, with some of the like versatility things that they have, it's a little bit different. I think it's a step over anybody else that Tennessee has had. I can tell you, with JP, man, look, in high school, he was playing safety. He was covering 4- and 5-star wide receivers down the field. He has that type of skill set. And I think that Harmon, very, very similar. But these guys, I want to see them blitz for us. I want to see them rush the pass or something for us. I just want to see them play, because this will make our linebacker room really good. I think it's at about maybe like 89 is what I'd call it now. And that's just saying, hey, those freshmen might not play too much. If we feel comfortable with them playing on a pretty consistent basis, this room is at like a 95 for me personally. So let's move on and let's talk about a couple of other things in here. I want to show y'all the stats from the SEC last season, right, with just linebackers. So this first one is going to be missed tackles. Tennessee second here. That's outstanding. We only had 24 missed tackles with our linebackers. That is really, really good. The only team that was better was Ole Miss. They only had 18. UGA is under us with 25. Now, how does it happen that you bring up all these 5-star linebackers. Pretty much their whole room is just 5-star guys, 5 stars, maybe a couple of 4 stars here and there, but probably 0 3-stars. How do you have that much talent and you can't coach these guys up to be able to make flush, sound, fundamental tackles? I think that that's a major problem. So now let's talk about sacks. This is a place that Tennessee does need to pick some things up at, but understand that these numbers are definitely skewed. So I got all these numbers from PFF. And with PFF, with these sacks, this is only supposed to be linebackers, but pretty much all these teams play 3-3-5. Tennessee plays 3-3-5 too. Now, with the 3-3-5, you're going to have like a stand-up edge rusher that's really more of like a D end, but they're counting those sacks for Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ole Miss, Florida, like Arkansas. They're counting it for everybody else, it seems like, except for Tennessee. Now, I did go through and look at some of this stuff, and I can tell you that just with like true stand-up middle linebackers, Mike or Will, these, some of these teams, they definitely had more sacks than Tennessee's linebackers did. Some of that's going to be scheme, but I think for the most part, Tennessee we're not great at blitzing. We got to get better at it. And watching these kids in, their high school film, you could tell that they had those skills. It's probably more scheme than anything else, and then just closing once you get those opportunities. But Tennessee's 2 sacks, I think one was from Arion Carter. The other one for sure was Jordan Burns. Like I said, I think he's the best blitzer on this team as far as linebackers go. Small sample size, and it might not be the same in 2025, but if his floor is what it was last season, and if some other players can maybe, step up to his level, we're going to have way more sacks with just our stand-up linebackers, and that's going to help out this entire team, obviously. So now let's talk about Tennessee's linebackers in pass coverage. This is a place that we all know we have to take a big, big step forward. And since Coach Banks has been here, we have been taking steps forward every single season. Tennessee's now 12th. And out of 82 passes that our linebackers were targeted in coverage, 64 were caught. That's 78%. And I mean, that could be way better. So Tennessee's linebackers, we're not doing too much man. Like I said, our guys playing at will, they'll do some man sometimes. You have to. But for the most part, it's zone. Where Tennessee had an issue at last season is in our zones, we were just covering grass. We weren't finding the players that came to our zones and looking at the quarterbacks and things like that. Like Tennessee, our linebackers didn't start doing that until maybe 70% of the way through the season. So I think that in 2025, we'll start it off doing those things, and we'll just get better as the season kind of goes further on and on. But let's go ahead and jump into this film room, y'all. I'm not really going to break down any film here. I just want for y'all to see how Tennessee's players look. And these are just guys that are going to be coming back for us in 2025. Not every single one's going to be a just like great positive play. I just want for y'all to see how these guys look in coverage versus run and things like that. So number one, understanding that these days, and with Coach Banks, he's going to ask our linebackers to play out in space. So you have to be able to do that first and foremost. Coach N said that linebackers have to be able to run fast and hit hard. Also understanding that safeties, that's a big part of that, right? Like safeties and linebackers, they do some of the same things. Tennessee's safety room is very, very young, and it's also very thin. So linebackers have to take a big step forward with their space play. So just talking about stopping the run and things like that, I felt like last season we might have had some issues sometimes where, hey, we're not being physical and we're not getting off blocks, or maybe we were too slow to beat the blocks with the speed, or we were overrunning plays. It was more of just like physically our linebackers weren't getting things done, but mentally they definitely got it. I'd say that, probably about 85% of the plays, our linebackers knew exactly where the play was going. So that's going to be fine for us moving forward, that they take the step, with all the offseason work, maybe getting faster or maybe getting stronger. If they did that, then we're going to be perfectly fine stopping the run. I'm not too worried about that. Now, looking at pass coverage, like what it's talked about, have to do a much better job of not just covering grass. And I think that these guys get that. So will the young guys be able to step up for us? That's the other part of it. Because, man, linebackers, they take a beating. I mean, it is high collision, high impact on almost every single play. Can we stay healthy and not have to go to our young guys? Or will we push the young guys out there early, which Coach Inge has shown, hey, look, he ain't scared. He's going to let these guys play. If they're ready, he's going to let them play. That's going to be good for us early on. Let them learn, because towards the end of the year, how does the linebacker room look then? That's one of the big, big question marks. And these linebackers, they've been kind of, they've had some little hiccups and stuff with injuries previously. So those are like my really only concerns or worries. But I think that man, this linebacker room is going to take a really big step forward in 2025. It should help out with our safeties. Also understanding with that pass coverage, that Tennessee's cornerbacks and stuff, man, it's going to be like the best in the whole country probably. It's going to be really tough to throw the football to the outside. So teams will try to target that middle area more. Will we be able to play some more zone and get some more interceptions and things like that, not busting coverages and, hit some people, knock the football out? I think we want to get some more turnovers. I feel like with these linebackers leading us, they will help us to get more turnovers. And we also have to do a much better job blitzing. It's mostly about, just like running straight into people. Like when you blitz, you have to have some type of pass rush moves, right? Like you have to learn how to set things up. If they figured that out, and then once they actually get to the point of contact with that quarterback, finish, close, like whatever it takes, get the quarterback on the ground. That's a place where y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I'm fine with you taking that 15-yard penalty. If you're gonna hit a quarterback, especially if you really rattle him, that's okay. I mean, you get you one of those every game. That's how you gotta play. Like, that's the mindset. It has to be bully ball. I think that Tennessee's defense will do that, led by these linebackers. That's just how they like to rock. But that's it for my thoughts. Please share yours with me down in the comment section. And as always, please do make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be talking to y'all tomorrow. Thanks. Peace. Thanks for watching. And please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, because that keeps us growing inside of the YouTube algorithm. And if you did like this video, here's another one that you might also enjoy. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.